Ever wondered how the Israel-Hamas conflict, one of the most complex and enduring struggles of our time, came into existence? Let's journey back to the early 20th century, to the establishment of the State of Israel, a land imbued with deep historical and religious significance, cherished by both Jews and Palestinians. The year is 1948, the birth of Israel, a moment of jubilation for some, a harbinger of despair for others. The partition of the land set off a ripple effect, creating a wave of refugees and planting the seeds of a conflict that would span decades. Now let's fast forward to the present day, to the narrow strip of land hugging the Mediterranean Sea, the Gaza Strip. It's here that Hamas, a militant group, emerged as a significant political force in the late 20th century, adding a new dimension to the already complex struggle. But what fuels this ongoing battle? Well, it's multifaceted. It isn't just a dispute over land, it's about identity, it's about religion. It's about competing national narratives that have been shaped and reshaped by a tumultuous history. It's about a struggle for self-determination, for a place to call home. The Israel-Hamas conflict has been marked by historical grievances, territorial disputes, and a relentless quest for self-determination. But amidst this, it's important to remember the immense human suffering that has been endured on both sides. Lives lost, dreams shattered, futures uncertain. The stakes, as you can see, are incredibly high. As we delve deeper into this epic exploration, let's keep in mind the key factors that have fueled this conflict: territory, identity, religion, and narratives. Each one a thread in the intricate tapestry of the Israel-Hamas struggle. The reasons behind the conflict are multifaceted: identity, religion, and competing national narratives. It's a conflict that has spanned generations, and its resolution remains elusive. But as we journey through this exploration, let's remember that understanding the genesis of the conflict is the first step towards finding a path to peace. Before we proceed, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel so you will see more of our world update. Several key factors have fueled this ongoing conflict. As we navigate the tumultuous waters of the Israel-Hamas dispute, we must first address the prickly issue of territory. Over the years, Israel's expansion into areas such as the West Bank and East Jerusalem, places Palestinians envisage as integral parts of their future state, has ignited a continuous flame of tension. The territorial disputes are like a chess game, where every move is critical and has far-reaching consequences. The second factor that has exacerbated the conflict is the blockade of Gaza. In 2007, Israel, citing security concerns, imposed a blockade on the Gaza Strip. This blockade restricted the movement of goods and people, leading to dire humanitarian consequences. Imagine living in a place where your freedom to move is limited, where economic hardship is a daily reality, and where the future seems bleak. This is the reality for many Gazans. Lastly, we turn our gaze towards Jerusalem, a city sacred to Jews, Christians, and Muslims. The status of Jerusalem has been a major point of contention in the Israel-Hamas conflict. To understand why, consider this. Jerusalem is not just a city, it's a symbol, a beacon of religious significance, and a linchpin in the national narratives of both Israelis and Palestinians. The dispute over its control has fueled religious and nationalist fervor on both sides, making it a key component in this intricate puzzle. These issues, among others, have created a complex web of dispute that extends beyond simple disagreements over land or power. They have fueled religious and nationalist fervor on both sides, further complicating the conflict. As we delve deeper into this epic struggle, we must remember that every story has multiple sides and every conflict has deep-rooted causes. Understanding these causes is the first step towards resolution. As we witness the ongoing conflict, it's essential to recognize the human cost. This is not just a battle fought on lines drawn on a map, but a struggle waged in the hearts and homes of those trapped in the crossfire. The civilian populations of both Israel and the Gaza Strip have borne the brunt of this epic struggle. In the Gaza Strip, the blockade has resulted in chronic shortages of essential goods and services. Imagine living in a place where clean water is a luxury, hospitals are overburdened, and opportunities for a better life are few and far between. This is the harsh reality for many Palestinians living in Gaza today. On the other side, Israeli civilians live with the constant threat of rocket attacks. The fear of an air raid siren sounding at any moment is a chilling reminder of the conflict's omnipresence. Children growing up in such conditions are often exposed to trauma that can have long-lasting psychological effects. The human cost extends beyond physical harm. The economic impact of the conflict has been devastating. In Gaza, unemployment rates are soaring and poverty is widespread. Conversely, Israel's economy, while much stronger, also feels the strain with significant resources diverted to security and defense. The loss of life, the displacement of people, the fear and uncertainty, these are the real tragedies of the Israel-Hamas conflict. As the world watches, the international community grapples with finding a sustainable solution. The task is daunting and complex, fraught with historical grievances and contemporary realities. Efforts for peace have been made and will continue to be made. Yet the road to resolution is paved with challenges. One thing remains clear: the status quo is untenable. The human cost is too high, the suffering too great. Civilians on both sides bear the brunt of this epic struggle. Their stories, their pain, and their hopes for a peaceful future should be at the forefront of our minds as we seek to understand this complex conflict. After all, in the grand scheme of things, it's the human story that matters the most. Understanding the nuances of this conflict is crucial for fostering empathy and dialogue. The Israel-Hamas struggle, like any other conflict, is a saga of human lives, aspirations, and emotions. It's not a simple black and white narrative, but a complex tapestry of grey. The path to resolution is littered with diplomatic landmines and requires a delicate balance of power, negotiation, and compromise. It's not just about who is right or wrong, but about understanding the other's perspective. It's about the acknowledgement of each other's historical narratives and the recognition of each other's rights to self-determination and security. The international community plays a pivotal role in this. It has the responsibility to foster dialogue and create an environment conducive to peace. It's about facilitating negotiations, mediating disagreements, and working towards a two-state solution that is just and equitable for both Israelis and Palestinians. But perhaps the most important aspect of resolution lies within the hearts and minds of the people themselves. A lasting peace can only be achieved when hatred is replaced with understanding, when fear is superseded by trust, and when the desire for revenge gives way to the pursuit of reconciliation. In the end, the path to resolution is not just about political agreements or territorial compromises. It's about the transformation of hearts and minds. It's about breaking down the walls of prejudice and building bridges of understanding. This is a difficult journey, no doubt. It requires courage, resilience, and a deep belief in the possibility of peace. But it's a journey worth undertaking, for the sake of future generations, who deserve to live in a world free of conflict and strife. Remember, it's not just about taking sides. It's about acknowledging the complexities and working towards a just and lasting peace. It's about giving space to multiple narratives and understanding that every story has more than one side. It's about moving beyond the rhetoric of us versus them and embracing the language of coexistence and shared humanity. Through understanding and compassion, a brighter future is within reach. Let us hope for a day when the children of Israel and Palestine can grow up without the shadow of conflict, where they can dream of a future filled with hope, peace, and prosperity. Because ultimately, they are not just the victims of this epic struggle, but also the key to its resolution.